You're listening to the official Minnesota Wild podcast, presented by Acrisure.
For your coaching staff and for your team.
Well, it's great news. I mean, Kirill's obviously such a great player, but I think, when you look at our wanting him to be here as an organization, I think it's the star player, but it's also the person. He's the kind of guy that you want to be invested in and to be a long-term guy that's going to be here. I think the way that he plays on the ice, the way that he treats his teammates, he's a coachable player. He's one of those guys that's special in the sense he's got special abilities. He's got a strong desire to compete, and he's a great teammate, and he's someone that you want around the organization. So it was really exciting, I think, obviously for the coaching staff, for the management, for all the players. So it was good news for us, obviously.
John, is there any sense of just an exhale that this is over? I know everyone was confident it would get done, but now that it is there some sense of, all right, let's get to work?
Yeah, it is. I mean, you look at, as we all know in deals, you never know until it's actually done. And although both sides were going back and forth, I think to have this done, I think is definitely, clearer heads for everybody. And now we can focus on, finishing up training camp strong. There's no distractions. Kirill can be now focused in as well, totally on the team. And I think it's good for the players as well that, okay, it's locked in. Now let's continue to get ourselves ready for the regular season.
John, you talk about the person that Kirill is off the ice. How have you seen in your short time him kind of grow into a different leadership role and just kind of become this guy that has taken that next step? Yeah,
I've noticed that he's more and more comfortable. I think in speaking the language, I think, in communicating, whether it's with his teammates, whether it's with the coaches, more confidence in his ability to lead. And I think also sometimes for great players, it's finding your way to lead, right? Like Kirill's a very different leader than, say, Spurgey or Moose, but he can be a leader in his own right. He always does it by the way he competes and plays, but I think now having him a little bit more vocal and comfortable, I think, in his own skin and with the language, words can be powerful as well, and I think that's a step that he's continuing to take.
Talk about the injection, too, that this gives to the franchise and the organization, his belief of saying, yes, I'm going to be here for 8 years because I believe this team is a contender. That's
the big one. I think that's the biggest thing, is that you have him, sometimes these things take long too, but it's a huge decision not only on our part as an organization, but on the player that he's investing, as you said, for the next 8 years. We know his desire to win, the plan and what we have moving forward and some of the things that we do. I think he feels comfortable with that, and that's a great part of, I think, his belief in his teammates and his belief in the direction that we're going to go.
Obviously, the lineup today, you have Europe playing wing. Is that to try to get a look at him, see if he can fill in other areas besides center, or maybe he's having a little issue in the face-off cup?
Yeah, exactly that. Just because he's played the last 2 years, he's played center, but he was a left wing for the majority of his career. So trying to see, what he would look like on the wing and look at some different combinations as well.
Right. And you mentioned that if Bergeron's not ready to start the season, it might dictate that you have to try one of the righties on the left. We saw Bogosian there today. Do you think that we'll see that in a couple games to try to see if he can do it?
I would think so, yeah. I think we'll try him on. Maybe the combos might switch on Friday, but seeing him on the left. I mean, Bogo, again, he has played long parts of his career on the left side, so we did speak with him about that. So give him some reps and see what that looks like tonight.
I know you said yesterday it's a moving target with Jonas, but we've also seen this guy miss 2 months before and get one practice and play right away. So are you at this point now maybe thinking that he could be ready for game one?
I don't want to go there yet because I don't want to get my hopes up, but he's tracking very well. And when I say a moving target, possibly, it could be that. But I guess it's probably safer to say and more realistic to say that, we were looking at probably maybe the end of the month versus maybe the first couple weeks. I think it's trending more, say, towards the beginning of the month or mid-month. If he really continues to get better, I wouldn't take game one off the table. But I do think that he has short-tracked his time to come back. Whether that's for game one or not, I'm not sure yet.
John, last year you guys got off to a great start, and a lot was made about how difficult you guys ran training camp. As you look at this camp compared to last year with a week to go, how does it compare?
I would say that the camp is very similar. I feel like this one's been better. It's been as hard, if not a tad harder, but I think the players really knew what to expect. I think last year it was new for them and for all of us, but I think now they knew the expectation coming into camp. I think the fitness levels were ready. They were ready to practice. For example, even today, it was a 40-minute pregame skate versus a 20 to 25-minute skate in the regular season, but that's part of camp, particularly coming off a day off, and we worked on some special teams and neutral zone forecheck, one's systems that aren't as taxing that you don't want to take up regular practice time for. So on the regular practice days, we can really push them. So I feel good with where we're at. I'm anxious to see now that we've had some cuts and the group's a little bit tighter, what us taking another step this week.
What's the plan for Nico this week? I know he was out there this morning, but in terms of maybe practices Wednesday, Thursday to see how he gets through a couple in a row.
Yeah, he's going to. He practiced today, but he's going to be held back off the ice now for a few more days.
What's your goaltending for tonight? Like, who will play or how?
Wally will play the whole game, and Peterson will back up.
The news on Zuccarello, obviously not good. Just what does that do as far as forward depth and kind of your plan going forward with some of the younger players who might have more of an opportunity now?
Well, I would say it's basically similar to what coming into camp we knew that he wasn't going to be ready. Now we have an exact timeline, of his return. So it's still a competitive spot, for him. Is that as Ogren sees that spot? Is it a possible Urov? Is it Foligno? Is it Johansson? Is it who's going to fill it? So that remains to be seen of. Who's going to take his spot?
Just to clarify in Sturm, he didn't have a setback, and this is a planned thing?
This is a planned thing.
Yep.
Yeah, no setback.
Anything else, Coach?
Thanks.
All right, thanks, guys. All right. See you.
For an extraordinary advantage in sports, you need a game plan. For an extraordinary advantage everywhere else, all you need is Acrisure. With a high-tech human approach to insurance, cybersecurity, and more, Acrisure helps you take care of what you care about. That makes winning easy. See what Acrisure's extraordinary advantage can do for you at Acrisure.com.